the Emperor's will?
If we fight and die,
What is death?
your death.
What is it that gives us purpose? What is it that gives the war purpose?
Vanquish the foes of Hitler.
The heretic, the alien, the mutant,
The heretic,
the alien,
the mutant.
What is it to be an enemy of the Emperor?
Is to be dead.
What is it to be the instrument of the Emperor's damnation?
We, the Space Marines, the angels of death.
What is it to be a space marine?
It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse.
What is it to be pure? To know no fear?
It denies faith.
Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood. Yours or your enemies. For the Emperor. 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 This is the hope of movement. This is the hope made to the throne. This is the hope of Blackthrone. There's only war.
Is your duty.
What is the Emperor's will?
If we fight and die,
What is death?
your death.
What is it that gives us purpose? What is it that gives the war purpose?
Vanquish the foes of Hitler.
The heretic, the alien, the mutant,
The heretic,
the alien,
the mutant.
What is it to be an enemy of the Emperor?
Is to be dead.
What is it to be the instrument of the Emperor's damnation?
We, the Space Marines, the angels of death.
What is it to be a space marine?
It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse.
What is it to be pure? To know no fear?
It denies faith.
Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood. Yours or your enemies. For the Emperor. 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 This is the hope of movement. This is the hope made to the throne. This is the hope of Blackthrone. There's only war.
Finally, it has come, that which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it, utterly, with total conviction. I have lain my hand upon this plan, this terminus decree, this fail-safe. I pray it will never return. For when it returns, the galaxy will never be the same again. The fires of war will have been to embers as to what is to come. My sigil rests alongside your own. We have both given ourselves to this. I offer no comfort. Make no mistake, it will return. When it does, when it does, the galaxy will burn in the fires of Blackthrone.
Hello and welcome. Once again, we are live with Tattletales RPG, where it occurs to me Jacob doesn't have his Vox thing on Fuggy Tech because I'm dumb. I will be doing that in the background while these guys roleplay. Please enjoy the show. Anyway, well, also I need to just fix the stream because it occurs to me I can only do that when we have people in Discord. That is fine. Well, let's... Wow!
We've lost him.
I crave death.
He turned into Stitch.
Corrupted server.
Honestly. Well, last... And my stammer kicked in. Excellent. Right. Cunts. Where last we left off, the party has managed to board the Aravisian, the Dark Mechanicum mass production labs for the clone technology here. You have pushed your way through to the Central Genitor labs, fighting alongside Ultramarine First Captain Agamon and Calliope Wren in order to purge them of the enemy. Through a mixture of various things, you butchered your way by the point of a hiccup, by the point of a blade, into the depths of the Aravisian, slaughtering the proto-clone Dastartes there, alongside the custodians who had been forcibly created. We come back now into the lull of the pause. I'm trying to remember the end of last session. Did you actually destroy the station? Oh, sorry. The labs, or is that still to come? I believe that's still to come.
No, I think I remember destroying it. But...
Yeah, we destroyed it.
Okay, that's fine.
I think the major discussion was whether or not we're going to do anything else, and everybody was kind of voting to lick our wounds.
Yeah, I think that's where we're looking as well. So, let me grab this and I'll put us back on the Dreadspear. Time passes. The Dreadspear hanging in orbit around the Avician. Your Imperial accolades dominate. These guys are not here. Your Imperial accolades and starships dominate the surrounding area of the Aravisian. You have total void supremacy. But you are far from alone. Even now, the Aravisian will be preparing to defend itself from against you. Oh, actually, I've already made that map. Nice. But, wounded in the state that you are, it is unlikely that you would be able to take it were you to engage in this time. So, we are going to enter a period of extended downtime, during which there will be envoys arriving from other chapters. But, until then, it is up to you guys what you wish to do in said downtime.
I believe Thor is going to go into an extended coma with the apothecary.
Okay.
Because as noted in the tragedy, his secondary heart has been pierced and his I believe his third lung collapsed. So he's gonna go get that fixed after taking a pseudo guardian spear to his abdomen.
Kalis tends to you with absolute diligence, but it is far from easy. Your physiology is beyond damaged, absolutely sundered at the base genetic level. While Thru does not enter the Suzanne membrane, he essentially is little better than.
How long before I'm combat worthy again, apothecary?
Kalis sort of checking you over as your body is paralyzed beneath him. I am unable to tell what might come of this. Your wounds are horrific, my friend. But, I am also unfamiliar with your chapter's ways. I do not know your rights and purities. I know rumors of your gene seed, but that is it. And I would not risk folly by incurring the wrath of your brothers. So this will be slow work, I am afraid.
Very well. See you done then, apothecary. Just like lay back down. As unfortunately, though he could regenerate the actual parts, even that's going to be a slow process. And without proper medical treatment, something could very much go awry.
Absolutely. Kalis takes time to treat you. It is incredibly slow going work. He is nervous. You can tell just from his mannerisms that he knows roughly what you are, and the risk of damaging you almost outweighs the potential, like, the threat of touching you.
Yeah.
But he will perform his duty to the best of his ability, as Kalis always does.
That's all I ask of him.
So, anyone else? This is just downtime. So, is there anything anyone wants to do?
Sorry, I said that. I'm probably also gonna have to heal up, and if there's more time, Aegis will be practicing his jetpack skills, hopefully, or his.
What a sight to behold!
Yep.
In the depths of the Dreadspear, in its training arenas, for the first time since he was but a battle brother, Aegis dons a Warhawk pattern jump pack, hanging it over his shoulders in a relatively undamaged Mark III plate power armor. He is... I don't know whether you feel comfortable in such armor. It has been so long since you have worn it. But the weight
a bit chilly,
of the,
you know, it's pretty light.
Yeah, the weight of it on your shoulders is something that is going to take some getting used to say the very least. But you do practice, and with that practice comes confidence. Yes, there are a few moments as you go careening into the walls, but nobody sees that except Ambrose and the entire bridge crew who are watching them on security capes. But you're pretty sure no one saw that.
That was limit testing. There's
Absolutely.
How could he dare make a mistake?
It is impossible. It could not be done. Okay. As the time drags on, eventually more people start to trickle into the Aravisian from outside. It becomes apparent quite quickly that Reed has put out the word for reinforcements. Space Marines start to appear who you don't necessarily recognize. Warriors of other chapters, Dark Angels, and I was going to say Ultramarines, but actually they're the one chapter that wouldn't be here. Dark Angels and Warriors of the Death Watch. While not enough to fully reinforce you, they are enough to make a difference. It's during this time of low-level reinforcement that Apothecary Kalis eventually calls you all down to the Apothecarian. As you would arrive there, Thrall is conscious on the table, and your first impressions are that Kalis has called you in to discuss something about Thrall's fate, because despite his initial recovery, Thrall is laid out before you on the station, his primary and secondary hearts clearly visible to all here. But, stood in the corner of the room, as you enter, you would see what appears to be an apothecary if Jacob, you would like to introduce your character.
God, what stand out an apothecary and apothecariat? Or
It's more in contrast to Kalis, who for a Space Marine is relatively thin, almost malnourished, and wears obviously the Primaris pattern Tacticus armor. Everything to do with Kalis is pristine. As a red scorpion, he doesn't mess around with such things. The Gravis armored Space Marine nearby takes on a whole different hue. If you would.
very, very simple. It's hard to explain because it's just apothecary in big Gravis armor. It genuinely imposing kind of in the size, but compared to someone like Aegis, doesn't really have that kind of similar effect.
Helmet on or helmet off currently?
Oh, on.
On. So, as you guys sort of enter into the room, Kalis is still attending to Fool, with this other apothecary stood near him. Turning to said apothecary, Kalis, his stuff gets dropped in the bathroom and gets worried. Kalis gestures. I am glad you have all made it. Please, Salvation, I would like you to introduce you to my, trainee, shall we call him? And
We
he's
know,
Go?
because I think Gravitas armor is for Primaris Marines.
It
right?
is, yeah, exclusively.
So would we know that?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Okay. Isn't there kind of some residual bad feelings around Primaris, or does that depend on like chapters?
Depends on your chapter, I'd say, for the most part.
If you're a fucking Black Templars in the early stages of Home Primaris, you fucking hated them. So
And then you realise you could have bigger crusades, and then you love them.
yeah, you like love exploiting the loophole of the Codex Astartes.
Yes, it says we can only have 1,000 firstborn Space Marines. Ha ha! You fool of a toke.
But we are on crusade. We can have more than 1,000 Marines. Yeah, but you are right. It is chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big question. Behind hats, actually.
So, what do you reckon, Aegis? He is of similar scale to yourself, but not as drastically huge.
What colors you repping?
White.
So, the Gravis armor itself is a burnished sort of bright ivory, just that off-white that is more common. There is not much in the way of ornate decoration. It is very rugged, heavy-looking power armor that is quite quite practical in its elements of design. Hang on, just get that fixed. But you would see that the shoulder pads are blue, a deep oceanic blue, with a red trim. It hasn't worked. Why do I have Jacob's Discord picture on? That red trim, if anyone wants to make a lore check for me. Come on, Fugi Tech.
I'm conscious and on the table I can look. Any particular TN?
No.
Cool. I'll make it a DN 0.
Jacob, just say something for me, would you?
Yo.
Okay, it's working. I have no idea how I managed to get that working. Genuinely.
The Tattletale's logic. We just use gum and tape.
Genuinely, I have no idea how that is now working, but here we are. I'll take it.
Hey, just rolling nothing but wrath die. What a day.
I'm helping the Ronus powers.
Kill him. There we go. You are represented on as a visual on screen, Jacob. God knows how that's actually worked, but it has. I haven't actually linked it to your account, so I have no fucking clue.
7 successes on my end.
How does it link? I don't know. Fuck it, it worked. That's the main thing. Genuinely, absolutely bamboozled by that. So, you would recognise the red fist on the pauldron as a Crimson Fist, a son of Rogel Dawn.
like looking up, kind of like half-shut eyelids, looking to the to the son of Dawn. Like, are you all blind? It is clearly a member of the Crimson Fist.
Ah, yes, of course.
I appreciate your sentiment, but maybe let's not talk right now or you're vivisected.
Do not make me so fragile, apothecary.
It would be wise
It's a
to not
scratch, you'll be
strain
fine.
yourself too much. You received many blows to the trachea. Please do be cautious.
Nothing some bionics can't fix.
This is true.
Let's try and fix what we can before we revert to Orcmetics. Shall we?
One of us.
I would ask that the apothecaries do what they could before such a thing.
What we are experiencing here is something I have warned Mademoiselle Reed about. While Inquisitor Reed favors aggressive diplomacy in the forms of, she sends in kill teams on purge protocols, slaughter brovins, and alike. It has been my concern for some time that we have very rarely sent in anyone who is more of a scalpel than a hammer. No offense to the gathered hammers in the room. This here is my apprentice, Gerhard Stone. I have requisitioned Mademoiselle Reed for him to join you as a member of your kill team, so that situations like this, where you are without medical attention in the field, will not repeat itself again. Is this agreeable?
I'd like to think that my medical mechadendrite sighs defeatedly.
Just sad, Bob. Sad noise.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be most agreeable.
Good.
Once again, stop straining yourself.
No one seems to be speaking.
That
Very well.
will be awkward.
Very well. Then I will allow you to become acquainted. And Kayla sort of bows his head. There is yet more war upon us. We must be ready for it when the time comes. And I'll put Gerhard on the map.
What a token.
Yeah, that's
What?
cool.
Fucking Tim.
Yeah, it's a big beefy motherfucker.
That's the hardest system I've ever seen one.
I mean, there's also this guy who's showing back up soon.
You never told me that he had a fucking doctorate in throwing hands.
That's why the gauntlets are red, baby.
The gauntlets were originally white. I painted them myself with the enemy.
Exactly. So, I'll let you guys get affiliated, as it were. Or do you just sort of autistically stare at each other for a little while?
I wait for ages. I wait for ages to play fucking 20 questions with him.
The classic game.
He's gonna be the last one to talk. He's just staring at him. What is it? Do we know much about their chapters? It's like well known.
The Crimson Fists are a relatively well-known chapter. They're a second founding chapter. They are essentially very similar to the Black Templars in the sense of like they are direct descendants of Dawn. But they embody, whereas Templars embody the anger of Dawn, Crimson Fists embody the rationality. They are a very taciturn chapter. Their most infamous thing that would be on Imperial record is the Siege of Rin's world, where their homeworld got attacked by massive Orc War, and they fought it to the man. They went down fighting to the man. They also have a wonderfully Mexican chapter master in the name Pedro Cantor. So really, Jacob should be doing this RP with a thick Mexican accent for the entirety of it, but I think we'll be pushed to...
There are limits to racism here.
That what? When? Since when? But I'll let you guys. I say I'll let you guys interact. If it ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. But I'm trying.
Sven hasn't said a fucking word, and he just is just autistically analysing you guys.
I'm just...
Sven and Aegis are just like in his face, just Sven sniffs him.
I
Smells
appreciate
too
the
clean.
resilience. I appreciate the resilience of the Grey Knight, for he seems to be the one that is capable of talking right now, even with the wounds as such.
IRL, I am very physically and mentally exhausted, so I am a bit slow on, like, responding.
It's okay.
But, yeah,
take your time. It's just really funny.
just...
I mean, I can't just start giving like a nice chipper welcome. It would just be so unusual for him. To be
It
like,
could be something along the lines of "Greetings, honoured brother."
yeah, I'd probably say,
Hello works, Brian.
I'd probably say greetings.
This guy's being introduced to your party. Say hi to him, and everyone's just autistically staring him down, saying nothing.
I don't like the outsider. He don't like him, do we?
The token doesn't help by how fucking intimidating that shit is.
It's even worse when you consider that you've been sat there saying nothing for the entire conversation.
See, long drawn out pregnant pause. Aegis will go, welcome.
Fuck me, this is going to be an interesting ride.
He looks and smells too clean.
This is the apothecariat, of course you've got to be clean.
There's the ornate
I
aspect.
don't even smell any blood of the foes on you.
I will have, as that sort of is said by Sven, I'll have Brother Serpens step forwards, who makes the sign of the Aquila. Well met, brother. It is always good and glad to have more fighting on our side. What has brought you out here into the dark? The call of just Reed herself?
Brought me out here. It's very simple. There is a lot of shit that needs to be done. This party, this group, has been of a special note that we've had through Reed to enjoy the direct approach, I believe, is the answer there.
There's sort of a chuckle from Serpent. That is certainly the case. Salvation very rarely leaves anything in its wake. But a tact hand may be well served amongst us. If I may act as some form of negotiator here, as a son of the angel, please allow me to introduce Brother Fool, who I believe you have met, who joins us from a chapter I had certainly never heard of by the name of the Grey Knights, or the Knights of Grey, or Silver Stallions. To my left is Brother Aegis of the Iron Tenth, and the gentleman currently trying to sniff your rear is Sven Grimsnarl.
But it smells too clean.
It's just an active, like pain chuckle from
Despite the name, Brother Sven, that is not where you will find the taint of the enemy.
You sure?
Does he say much more other than he smells too clean?
You should see him in battle, Son of Dawn, and then you will wish he had kept his tongue.
I'm sure we shall see.
If you are to join us alongside Salvation,
We'll be fine.
if you are to join us alongside Salvation, to what end do you bring? What gifts do you bring? You are an apothecary. Kalos has given you no small degree of trust.
Well, I hope with the skills, not I hope, I know the skills that I have, that this scenario here will not be a occurrence again.
We would certainly be thankful for any sort of intervention that might be provided. Serpent, sort of feeling the vibe in the room, tries to turn the subject to something more relatable. So, if we are to serve together, we must know one another. Were you inducted as firstborn, or are you like myself, a fresh blood Primaris youth?
I was a firstborn.
Then you have seniority over myself, at least, if that is of any comfort to you.
Jacob, you're very quiet as well. I think Bob keeps talking over you.
Oh shit! Sorry,
It's
is he?
fine. It is fine.
I'm really sorry. I can't. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
It is fine.
You had to max him out.
I will up him.
And this is where I scream as loud as I can.
Please don't. I've just put you on 100. But basically, he says, well, "Okay, you got your OG. You've got superiority over me, at least."
Superiority does not matter. Not right now. Let's focus on the actual goals rather than who is higher than who.
Fine words. Speaking of which, we should discuss our next move. If we are to engage the enemy and take their command bridge from them, who will lead and act as our squad leader?
So this is the moment I really want to ride to walk
Yeah,
in.
I was thinking, like,
I mean, we can have it happen now if you like. That's fine by me.
He just looks left, right.
As it is said, so who will lead? 4 figures enter the room. Clad in black armor with a deep green metallic trim, helmeted. One carries a huge ornate banner with a beige standard rolling down it. On that standard you see a planet with a pair of wings encompassing it. It says on the banner, Rhine, Avalos. Next to the standard bearer with his planted banner, which has like bones and talismans and trophies hanging from it, comes a second Astartes, helmeted in Mark IV plate power armor, with Mark V sort of pads, firstborn. He has a power sword in both hands, like a great sword, that he sort of puts point first into the ground. Two more members of the squad take their places on either side of the door, as moving into the room, no longer clad in his Terminator battle plate, but rather incredibly ornate Primaris Tacticus armor. If you would like to reintroduce Brother Rhine, George.
Tacticus?
Yeah, you're in Tacticus, aren't you?
In a rant.
Oh, a rant armor. Apologies. Yes, you are in a rant armor.
No, I haven't crossed the Rubicon yet. I haven't been on Death's Door.
Yes, no, I remember. My apologies.
Give it time, yeah, Bob, don't worry.
Yeah, quite.
He kind of strides in this time with like I don't know if people are familiar with the Mark 8 Arant, but effectively think of it more like the next best thing from the normal Marks like 7. This time he's got the thick kind of gorget. I think there's what surrounding like his neck. And a lot more plating, where normally there'd be, the usual Astartes weak points, where there's always like that little bit like under the arms or like between like on the actual thighs. These times these areas are much more well protected and covered. But no less, this does not hide the skull helm with the hood that he uses to glare at every single one of Salvation, despite the familiarity, making sure to note of the new face that is now amongst them.
Well, in the room, outside of Aegis, who actually recognises this chaplain?
I'm sure it's been in the apothecary a few times.
Yeah, you probably would, depending on how long you've been here. Yeah, but Sven, this is. Oh no, you've met Ryan, haven't you? Because you guys did your little duel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Cool. In that case, everyone recognises Brother Chaplain Rhine. And to which you hear Brother Serpent say, "Are there any more surprises?" To which we have a horrible moment of foreshadowing as a Sinfeast librarian is fired from a drop pod towards the Dreadspear, but will arrive next week.
Ryan, again, also himself almost autistically staring at them, but this time not for as long. It's like, well met, cousins. It has been too long. Do brief me on how your mission turned out. As he would then look to Brother Thrall. I think I already have an idea as to how it went. Kalos. It is.
Kalos pokes his head back in the room. Bonjour.
Is this one of yours? Looking to the Crimson Fist.
May we? This is Brother Gerhard Storm of the Crimson Fist chapter. He is to join Salvation as my proxy. Since you have been gone, Ryan, you have, fuck's sake, we have lost Calypso Beta Rho. And so there is a gap in the market, shall we say, for a biologist.
I see. Well met, cousin. As he would turn to acknowledge Gerhardt.
Brother Rhine. It is a pleasure to see you once again. But not in a situation as now. Looking over at Thrall, Aegis, Sven, all kind of half dismembered.
Under better circumstances, I'd have to. Well, I already know your speciality, apothecary, but if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're a biologus. with the Gravis armor and all. You are familiar with the Xenos, yes? As familiar as it can be.
Have some, though my lexicon of Xenos understanding biology can and will be expanded upon.
Then you will find no shortage if you're with us, then.
I'm glad to hear.
With us losing many of our allies along the way, if there is to be a point of leadership, I will very much offer my own services for that purpose. But I do need to understand how far you have gotten, as I have since been with my chapter. They are now left in more capable hands, and and this is my personal entourage currently, as they are to be inducted as part of the new 5th company. They need to learn how to fight alongside one such as myself and many others outside of the chapter. They are honoured veterans all the same, but being passed between companies can be a new process.
You see them bow their heads, saying nothing in the presence of their chaplain.
I'm sure they will serve you well.
Go on, George.
You first.
No, I was
You
going to say
first.
Brother Serpens would move forwards and put his hand to his chest and a trumph. Well met, chaplain. I am heartened that you have returned to us. Does this mean we will soon receive the aid of the Lion once more?
The Lion and my chapter as a whole are currently still busy holding over. Is it Ursus?
Majoris, it was the big one. It's Urgerzag. You were actively defending.
My Primarch and my chapter are currently looking over the blockade occurring over Urgerzag. I responded for the call to aid as it is made the most logical sense. I'm most familiar with Reed and her tactics. Therefore, I thought it best to return to make sure that my cousins, honoured as they are, do not find themselves wayward and stranded.
We are glad to have you back. Sahu will surely be pleased.
Now, as I entered, I overheard that you are to head on to another mission. Are we to meet in the war room
Can do.
on the bridge?
Can do indeed. Indeedy do. It's up to you guys. I don't want to force anything.
Smart idea.
Yeah, if that's what we're gonna plan.
Okay.
Just wait his time for when Ryan's alone to
Kiss him.
you know. Yeah.
I see Aegis.
Give him the closest thing to the hug Aegis will ever give anybody.
Right, I look at Aegis like, do not worry, you're still booked in for 3 o'clock. Kidding, but I almost expect
For confession,
Aegis-
right?
What's confession? We only repent around here.
George, the members of your command squad. The Blade Guard veteran is made. You will see Brother Invicarius behind you.
Yes.
What else do you want in your command squad? You have 3 more options. You can have basically anything. Incurser, Eliminator, Librarian. Obviously one of them's a company ancient. You could have a backup apothecary. Though he won't be anywhere near as good as Jacob.
I would not dare step on our Gravis
First company vet is an option as well.
First company vet would be useful because the command squads usually are just contain the veterans.
Okay.
So we'd go for a Blade Guard, a first company, an ancient. We can either go for
an apothecary. I will rip him in half with my bare hands.
bare hands.
Fuck.
This apothecary's hardcore.
Damn.
And the honestly, apparently like started to think we'll have a second blade guard just for the idea of the like dual knights, you know.
That is quite cool.
And then so we'll have 2 blade guards, 1 first company veteran and 1 ancient.
Got it. I'm on it.
And the,
Battle standard. What does it even do? All Astartes within 500 meters who share the Dark Angel keyword get +2 resolve and conviction tests.
it can combo well. Say if I use Grand Brotherhood to everyone, and which then they all gain the Dark keyword, which then everyone within the 500 would then get the bonus to resolve.
Cool. I will do that in the background while you guys get to the bridge. I will move us into the map in a moment.
If, of course, that doesn't. If it isn't interrupting your work, Gerhardt, if you would have me call you as such.
Call me Tim.
I just had the strangest revelation from the Emperor. I think I might become the Emperor's champion after hearing that. I believe that was the Emperor. Calling him Tin.
I name you Tim.
There's very little additional work I can do here at the current time. I will join you in the war room, and we will continue this plan.
Well,
Any objections?
Not from here.
No.
you'll hear none from me. Sven, you've been sniffing him for quite some time now. Fall in line, would you?
Confirm Ryan had new armor here.
Ryan is in... Yeah, basically he's in new armour. Yeah.
Yes.
You dishonour me, Ryan. Removing the armor that we fought and duelled in. You remove the mark of our duel. You dishonoured me in such a way. I still bear the scars of that battle proudly.
Do not need to take offence, dear Space Wolf. It was not out of dishonour or insult I wished to change my armour, but I needed the mobility for our future operations. It seems that currently we are engaging in hit-and-run tactics, and unfortunately Terminator armour, though defensive as it is, and powerful as it may be, it is not the most mobile. It is difficult to keep up with you in speed if I can't run. Unless you intend to deep strike me everywhere.
Is that such a problem? You're immediately available at such point to eliminate foes.
But I would not be on the battlefield to give you such encouraging words, Wolf.
It's simple. Corpses tell what we want them to. And the tale we want them to tell is that the Imperium suffers no fools.
There'll be bloody work yet. I would not worry yourself for such things. And dare I ask how you are holding up, Aegis, or ever the bulwark as you are? You are going strong.
Make an insight check for me.
Sure. Any particular DN?
Just 3. Just to be able to glance a courtesy eye over Aegis.
Yes, sure thing. I said DN3.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain went at. I passed you 4.
Aegis looks like shit. The man's a bulwark, but holy fuck has he been bulwarking. His armour is in ribbons, his augmetics are visually, available. He looks like shit. There's no other way of putting it.
Assuming things haven't been repaired just yet.
Yeah, in the process, like as you're speaking to him, there's actively a tech priest like trying to screw in his knees.
We had another run-in with Skull Taker.
I am unfamiliar with this one.
Was it?
No, Fru
Ryan
was there.
Is that Thrall?
That was Fru, yeah.
Was Ryan still in the local area when it happened?
No, he wasn't.
No, it was, yeah, a different planet.
Well, to make a long story short, it was basically another repeat of Harkon Costellus, but in the form of a demon. Just a personal vendetta against me.
I did not dare to think that there would be anyone like Harkon Costellus again, let alone one that would be born from the Materium. That is a troubling thought.
And on top of that, we had to fight reanimated Custodes.
What?
I think you see a physical wince from Amet Viserion. There would be people on the bridge. I'll populate it quickly.
Let alone the tainted Marines.
Ancient Marines. Traitors.
Worse.
Calliope and Sven say at the same moment.
It seems our enemy has taken to
Ignore that, it's just me pressing the wrong button.
messing with the corpses of fallen and making them abominations of flesh and chaos.
A dire threat. And wait, he looks about him. Where is the Inquisitor Cadigan? Where is he? Not really.
One of our many losses.
Fell in the same battle as oh my god, my memory is names is shit now.
Against the Cartologian.
We also lost.
Yeah, so our visual records show him as KIA.
I can't remember his name. What was the Mechanicum Archmagus?
The Archmagus on so Beta Row, who's the one who died.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, there we go.
The one you're going up against is called Vefrax. He's the one who runs.
The loss of this. I understand the Kalis mentioned. This is a great loss. And what about Officer Grimley? Only he attends these war meetings, representing the more mortal aspect.
Are we going to address the demon in the room?
No.
Oh shit! Skull Taker just don't mind me. I'm just taking notes. Can someone please repeat the what in the room? Yeah, I put the wrong token on the map. Ignore me.
Everybody just loses fury.
Skull Taker just sat there. It's like Lucifer, the TV show. Just so, tell me how you felt about the loss of Grimley.
So tell me, what is your deepest desire to know what happened to Grimley? Oh, well, that's no fun.
Well, no, he's currently being interred into a dreadnought. Yes. He's not having a good time. He's not there currently, sadly. Sahu would be, though. Why is Sahu so small? Carry on.
Sahu, you've lost weight.
Like I said, for Pandoric, I want to completely delete this Blackthrone server and rebuild it for Pandoric.
The loss of. This is like the few times his composure is somewhat broken for a second, before he's
You see Inquisitor Reed nod. I am sorry to confirm the authenticity of this. Trooper Grimley was a honorable man who died a hero. But die he did.
As did his faithful companion.
Indeed.
It is clear that we must make the traitors pay for it tenfold and then some. Then time must not be wasted. But one last question. I believe I did not get your name, as you look to Severus across the end of the table. I do not recognize your face either, or your...
You see the heavily wounded Terminator-clad Ultramarine. He sort of inclines his head to you, and with a takes the helmet off and places it on the Tacticus. You would recognize him. Not from, like, familiarity, but purely from reputation and knowing of other chapters. I am Severus Agamon, first captain of the Ultramarines. Oh, George, should Solus be part of your retinue?
I leave that up to your discretion if you think he would. I would be against it.
He would be sworn to you in that regard.
I would be against it.
I'll stick him in your retinue then. Nice, life easy.
First captain, you are captain of the Ultramarines First Company.
Indeed. I have been here since Ursus was lost.
I see. Then you are in contact with the what was Kid Sicarius? Was he captain of the Second Company? No,
he was, yeah. Oh boy, Ryan has got some catching up to do, man.
You're in contact with the Second Company captain, then, Cato Sicarius.
You see that as his hand is resting on his helmet on the table, he clenches and the helmet's eyelid cracks. It saddens me to inform you, honoured Captain Ryan, honoured chaplain. The captain of the Second Company is a thrice-cursed traitor. He turned upon our Lord and the spiritual liege of all Astartes, Ubute Gulamon, turned on him in his hour of need, and has sold his soul to the dark pantheon of the Prince. The Second Company is currently led, to my knowledge, by one by the name of Titus. It is to he that we look for in hope.
Then that traitor will be probably dealt with soon enough. Very well. I do apologize for my bluntness then. I did not know.
It is well. Fear it not. The only bluntness shall be in which the manner I destroy Sicarius.
And you will have no shortage of willing volunteers to help you.
I should hope not.
With us gathered then, what was the most recent mission completed? And what is the next step?
I will step back a little bit.
So only allowed people are allowed here. Goodbye.
The most recent mission that we embarked on would have been the removal or the attempted purging of it was the Aravisian, right?
Yeah, specifically the genital. The genital labs.
Yes. Purging and detonation of the Aravisian. However, upon entry, that is where, on our way to the command bridge, this is where we encountered the twisted machinations of chaos and forms of fallen brothers turned, whose corpses were mutilated and twisted into vessels of chaos. And as such, where we suffered heavy blows, forcing our hand to return back here.
The destruction of these labs were complete.
Naturally, nothing was left alive.
And what is left? Is there a key points that we have yet to strike?
The Aravisian's control room, and subsequently through the use of Aegis's technological interfacing to cause its core reactor to detonate, removing it from existence. As you can see, we are recuperating, ready to deal such a blow, but heavy injuries were sustained nonetheless.
I see.
There have been a number of suspicious things we have been discovering about their potential power source. Alarming clues. How would we describe it?
Telepathically linked is what happened. As for what he is, you're not certain. You have theories, but you're not sure.
I fear there will be more demon fuckery. Some
Demon
entity of
fuckery?
sorts.
No.
Things beyond my understanding.
I don't get it.
To understand it is to acknowledge it. Therefore, perhaps ignorance is bliss. Just destroy it, Aegis. That is all you need to do. Very well. Then the main bridge, the control center. What do we know of it?
At this moment, you would have Ambrose step in. We have conducted initial scans of the bridge. A precise teleport strike is possible, circumventing their defenses. We believe that the majority of the enemy's forces were spent defending the Genitor labs. We believe that the bridge is home now only to the Skitarii and their master, the Archmagus.
If we were to cut the head off the snake, would the rest of the Aravisian wither away into nothingness?
Almost certainly. Indeed. At the very least, the way forwards onto the reactor core would be laid open to us. And with access to the reactor core, a simple melter charge would be enough to send this hellscape into the warp.
You spoke of Skitarii. You mean that of the Mechanicus, or their traitorous counterparts?
We must assume Dark Mechanicus.
It is truly an infestation. Definitely, certainly deserving of purging with holy fire.
All traitors deserve nothing but holy hellfire, Brother Ryan.
Let's see if
But then the Emperor's justice.
useful here?
My question is this. From your travels on the Aravision, what do we know of this Archmagus Vefrax? Is there any knowledge that may garner us aid?
If I'm to make any sort of assumption, if this is their leader, then they would likely have an honor guard. They're not only their best. This is a worthy challenge, and it'll be useless for them nonetheless.
What specialties does he claim? What weapons? What horrors? We know he is a genetic connoisseur. What sort of horrible things could he have created?
Could I look over the previous reports about the previous flesh abominations they faced over the past
Yeah,
few missions?
100%.
So he tried to get an understanding of the cloning and then what it was actually made.
Yeah, you would see the sort of rush job on a lot of the cloning. This is the work of someone who knows what they're doing, but is clearly is quantity over quality. But that doesn't mean there's a lack of skill there.
It's clearly the works of someone who knows their craft. But unfortunately enough for them, it was a quick job. It seems like they needed an army and fast, but they were unable. They had to sacrifice the quality of the troops over its quantity. Therefore, I could assume that only their best and most refined creations would be left within the bridge, or at the very least to defend their traitorous master.
Would be a fair deduction, Brother Ryan.
Then at that point... carry on.
Those that actually entered the Aravisian, did you find any data slates or anything internal that may aid us in this?
Be best to ask Brother Aegis. I was too caught, or even Inquisitor Calliope. I was too caught up in combat to be able to observe much else.
Our time there was short and brutal. I think we came, we fought, we destroyed, and we had to make a strategic withdrawal. As far as information, I don't think we gained anything more than the last time. Not again, I don't think we did.
But we are aware that we have destroyed their source and replenishment of their troops. This cannot be understated. If the Lord Archmagus is up there, he is alone.
Maybe he's cut off from reinforcements. That at the very least gives us an idea as to who we might be dealing with. If we are to be dealing with only that of the heretical Mechanicus, then we only need preparation for a single type of foe. With the idea of flesh abominations, though. Ryan serving time within the Watch, the Death Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be akin to that of Drukhari make? In his mind?
No. Honestly, Drukhari has more skill put into it. This is very much more the melding of the different traits, the different talents of the warp. Whatever Vefrax is, he is an amalgamation of monsters. You get the sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? You get psychic potential, mutation. He is, if he isn't a spawn by now, it's lucky he isn't, if that makes sense. Like, it's amazing he's not a spawn.
It kind of almost looked like it's a mix between biology and arcane kind of. Like,
Yeah, he is. I can't go too much into it because obviously you've not seen him. I'm looking forward to showing you his artwork, but it's a case of the handiwork that you see in what you have seen of him would be that of an absolute. It's more akin to one of the gene witches of Luna than it is anything else, anything clean.
So as I see it, we only have speculation and a target. Do we have at the very least know the layout of the bridge?
We have the blueprints of the Heresy.
But you do not have a layout. You know where the Heresy is, and you know where that the bridge. You have this, but you do not know what the bridge looks like the actual map of the bridge. I'm afraid.
Well, I've shown whatever we managed to get from the data. I swear.
Could I do a scholar or possibly like an insight or anything to kind of like glean any useful information from the data given?
Yeah, go for it. It'll either be an insight or a tech check.
I'll go insight.
Could I provide the help action?
Yes, I'm more than happy with that.
Okay, that's 4 extra dice.
Thanking you. Any particular DN, or do you want me to roll this at 0?
Let's see how many successes you get.
Yep. Thing, boss man. 11.
11.
Oh, shift 1.
Okay. So, what specifically do you want to know?
I think it's very difficult to kind of like describe what exactly Ryan's looking for. I think it's generally he's trying to find anything useful, context clues, or perhaps over like the audio and the data given, perhaps particular words or keywords were spoken that could hint towards what we're about to go into.
Okay, there would be something very specific that many successes would get you. I can't give much, but there would be something hilariously specific. You would know that the majority of the bridge has been deemed uninhabitable, and it would appear that Archmage Vefrax, the word used is dominates the bridge.
It almost sounds like something has broken loose or something has just infested the bridge.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is not welcome. That's what I'm reading from that, at the very least.
Yeah, that is a way to interpret it. Yeah. I am looking forward to you seeing this ridiculousness. But yes.
The various traitors have kept stating over again that something is dominating the bridge. Perhaps a hidden third party has decided to make itself known within the Aravisian itself, striking while the iron is hot, so to speak. Perhaps a creation... What?
It could very well be the Magos itself.
You reckon?
I wouldn't say it's a 0% chance.
Could it be in equal measure that something of their creation managed to break loose, and something that is effectively infesting the entire bridge, very stalking it?
Potentially. I also see it quite likely being something of a... compared to the others that the rest have seen. Almost their pride and joy, their passion project, shall we call it, is that maybe that creation up there.
Then perhaps a couple of flamers are in order.
Melters, maybe.
Thankfully we have serpents for that. Nothing else in mind. I cannot seem to find anything else that'd be of use. This will be a battle of attrition, I feel. A long battle.
Then the question remains, and this would be Reed, to what resources do we provide?
It is always a tried and tested tactic that once again, myself and that of Salvation do a precise strike into the bridge itself. However, the surrounding area is not something I can entirely comment on. What do we know of their outer defences, or is our deep strike within the actual bridge itself our only option of which to approach it?
Deep strike will place you directly on the bridge. You would then be in a race against time to stop reinforcements from reaching you. If we were to launch a full-scale assault, we would have to fight tooth and nail to the bridge, but there would be more chance of us being able to support you.
There's also another factor to play here. With the genital labs down, they will not be able to reinforce as heavily. What we kill may be what they have. Though the Hellforges, they are what concern me.
Looking over the vid feed from the battle itself, there was a distinct lack of heavy armor from the enemy. Heavy infantry perhaps, but nothing particularly of vehicle make. Nothing that seems that would have come from the Hellforges. That does make me wonder as to where they've been sent, if anywhere at all. Or have they been sent to lay dormant?
We do not know, I am afraid.
Ironically, the safest and easiest option is to do a full-scale assault, but it would not be able to catch the enemies by surprise.
Then, Aegis, your inputs, if possible, here.
Just while you're doing that as well, can I please ask for everyone's willpower statistics?
Yep, 4.
4, okay. Good to know.
7.
I mean, he doesn't have too much to add. We're at a informational deficit in some ways, but we have crippled them in many different areas so far. But none of the. I mean, we know there's something going on, something major going on in their reactor, like core or something, right? There's been speak of that. We weren't able to get camera access in there, but
yeah.
We do know something's going on.
To mention disrupting the gravity anchor pylons.
It's an option.
But yeah, we haven't faced much in the way of machinery besides just like Skitarii. I think for everyone else, it would probably be a safer bet to just deep strike in. Obviously, you know, assaulting the front defenses wouldn't be as perilous for Aegis, but for the success of the group, the prize and deep strike is probably more successful. But you can make the case that we've destroyed enough enemy forces that assaulting the front, you know, from the obvious direction wouldn't be too terrible. We just don't have precise information, so it's all theoretical at this point.
I will say, if you put your noggins together for a minute, I have been dropping clues throughout the Aravisian as to what you are up against, what this monster is capable of. But I can't go into it unless, you know. You know what I mean? I don't want to just give it away.
It's being run by Slavic Meyer on a big, comically large hamster wheel.
If only.
Well, I we know that the Vethrax was considered the bride of Vashtor, but I don't really know what that means.
Vashtor is the demigod of innovation, etc., etc. By the time the Second Imperial Civil War, he is a chaos god in his own right. You also know, and this is the last clue I will give, that he has been harnessing the genetics of the Aurum Edictum. And of course, he will have given himself the best possible edge. Just
And the Custodes amalgam.
Perhaps deep striking into an enclosed space next to a monstrosity maybe is not in our best interest.
With an unknown escape route.
Yeah, that's the real kicker right there. If we can at least work our way in, then we know our way out.
Frontal assault than it seems. With the ultimate
Shall we
goal.
push through from the orbiting satellites and picking platforms?
You mean platforms, right?
No, have a look at the...
yes, hilarious,
platform.
yes. Bob has typos, thank you. Why did I invite you into this campaign again? I can refuse a service.
Favor.
Now we're talking. Let me crack open a pint. So you could go through the satellites, and you would bring your army with you, and we'll be going to a long, drawn-out fight. It depends. If you go in against Vethrax by deep strike, you will be fully armed, unwounded, and ready to rock. We will long rest, essentially. Or you fight through the pickets, and you get there in whatever state you get there.
It is a safer bet for us to go through the orbiting the satellites and the picket platforms. That's the one I reckon would be the safer bet on this occasion.
A more drawn-out fight is potentially more preferable here, because it allows us to stage our advances through. Their reinforcements can only be so far with the genital labs destroyed.
That's true.
If it is a subtle approach that we don't need, perhaps we can actually get some more heavier equipment with us then. If we think it is entirely necessary. Enough word for I'm trying to think of what it could be used.
So I'm just making sure I've got maps that we can use.
Going to the bridge, so the chance is going to be good. With the knowledge of like the monstrosity and stuff, there may actually be enough room for a jetpack.
Oh yes, 100%. Okay, so plan is to go for full boarding action, is it?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, battle plans are drawn up. Orbital assault is ready to rock. You will be deploying via Thunderhawk gunship into the orbiting picket platforms. The Dreadspear will provide covering fire. But before we get to that, it will be a case of resting and recuperating your wounds and buying Bob a bit of time to get those maps in order. I've got the maps. No, I've got the maps. I've got, for example, I'll put Rhine on here so you can all see. I've got maps that I haven't used in the previous encounters, so like I can use this for like the corridors and the access networks, you know? That's all good. I just want to get it prepped so it's actually good for you. You know?
Where am I? Let's see.
And then I can use the control room if needed as well. So, but I also know that you guys will probably want a, you know, time to rest and actually recover.
Yes.
Yes. Aegis wanted to speak with me. I've not been here for more than a few hours, and already I need to provide therapy.
Oh no, he just wanted to say hi.
That's
Pretty sure.
that is fair. That is valid.
Well, assuming this is later, you sure know how to make an entrance there, Ryan?
Again?
Oh, sorry to cut out. I said you should know how to make an entrance.
Yes, I do have to make some kind of impression. Otherwise, there is little point in my station.
Indeed. You have a retinue with you now.
Yes, honored veterans. They are being moved through the companies in order to provide us with support. The decimation of the 5th, it needs to be rebuilt. As such, I need to... Well, it is, even amongst that of your own chapter, not being familiar with your own battle brothers can lead to a swift end, if not managed carefully. So they will be fighting alongside me, just so they do not feel that I am but a stranger to them once more. I have been gone from my chapter for quite some time.
Well, the time that you've been away from us has felt both short and too long. We have seen and gone through many things. We were sorely missed.
I'm honored to have you miss me, Aegis. But you would not say such a thing if something wasn't on your mind. Please understand.
He's just generally being happy to see you. Unless I'm forgetting something.
No, he's just Ryan's very used to you being short of words, so when you speak a lot, generally that means there's something wrong.
No, you're just the only person that he's been around since the beginning. Like, you know, like, at this point, there's just
Ryan
not
is his emotional support Astartes.
Yeah, you were the first commanding officer he ever had after the memory wipe. So there's a bit of a, you know, autistic imprinting happening here. I think.
What a statement.
You know, I don't know how else to describe. That's kind of how I imagine he sees it, right? Because we were the first leader of the group that we were in, and there's basically, as far as I know, is there anybody left of the original?
Not really, outside of NPCs like Calliope.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the only Astartes.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred.
Just happy to see you. Welcome back.
Fret not, Aegis. I do not plan to be gone for too long. This campaign requires my attention yet that a little bit more. Once it is done, well, that will be a future problem for future us, I reckon.
Yes. Hope you are ready to witness the horrors that this place has to offer.
No horrors could hope to crush my spirit, Aegis. You know this. It is only a matter of how many bolt rounds it takes to kill it.
Hell yeah.
Well, there are foes that will take quite a few. Perhaps I'll show them the footage of the night we took down.
As you
Holy
share...
In case you were wondering what killed Cadigan.
You see the moment of detonation on Cadigan.
Arrogant as he was, it is not surprising that he would charge in headfirst against a knight.
To be fair, I think that day we were all being a bit arrogant, myself included. But yeah, it was a brave soul.
Hey, beautiful.
In his way, I will miss him. He was... he was one of the few who was actively willing to speak out in turn against those purely off the idea that he believed himself right, and he was more than willing to back up his words. That was something to respect. With him gone, I believe the war rooms are going to be that bit more quiet. Perhaps ways that will not benefit us.
As that conversation is happening, Calliope would enter the room. Where is the conversation happening, actually, is the better question.
Honestly, but I also have my thing that they were just strolling through the ship.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we leave the room and, you know, like we're walking down a hallway or something, you know, to like somewhere, I don't know.
I think then in that case you would be caught up by Calliope after a few moments. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. What is it, Calliope?
First things first, I am simply glad to see you return to us, Brother Ryan. We have been lacking without your guidance. I could not help but overhear you were discussing the fate of my late master, Cadigan.
Yes. It seems that he was turned, unfortunately, into nothing but a cloud by the night.
Indeed. I have been hoping and wondering upon how best to honour his legacy. And it occurred to me that I must honour Cadigan's legacy. A legacy of truth. You would agree? He was a man who cherished truth above all else.
He cherished the facts, saying with how he saw it.
Quite
Yes.
so. One of his more admirable traits out of many. And so, while you are playing buddy-buddy with Brother Aegis here, I must make you aware that he was more than willing to condone the slaughter of Imperials.
Things have gotten awkward, huh?
Calliope smiles. My mother had hoped that you would be gone and out of system before she discussed such matters. But there is to be a purging of our ranks. All those who do not violate or envision her own following for what shall occur when we reach the Blackthrone are to be put to the sword. What think you of that, Brother Ryan?
I want to insight Calliope there. Ryan is busy thinking, what is she trying to gain from speaking out against her own mother? It seems like counterintuitive to her MO.
Go for it.
How do I... was she... When we were in the meetings, she wasn't talking like this, right? Was she there?
She was there, yeah.
Did she seem against the discussions we were having? Because I don't remember her being...
No, she barely said a word.
Alright, Aegis is gonna try to rub his two brain cells together. Comes to social interactions and do an insight test.
Go for it. Aegis activates his powers against Calliope. Give me a moment. The DN for both of you. Her innate deception, I would just use her stat 6.
Oh, roll then.
Oh, there's probably no chance. Could I perhaps...
It was slow rolling again. Let's fucking go.
Yeah!
Could I perhaps instead do a... Well, let me just try this first. there's no chance now, but he's hurt himself in confusion. Would I have any reason? I think I just have to let this one lie. I'm trying to think if it would be logical to. I will just chuck this up to some kind of, weird human, mortal, conversational blip.
Okay.
What a strange thing to say.
Neither you were able to get a good read on her. And she smiles as she raises an eyebrow. And when the discussion was had in regards to how best we would cull the enemies of Inquisitor Reed and her vision for the future, Brother Aegis here was one of the strongest and most vocal supporters.
Was that even with my success in the end? I got 8 total.
Oh, you got 8 in the end, did you? Apologies, I didn't see.
Yeah, apologies. I was guess I was going to rapidly roll that.
Apologies. You see a glint to her eye. There is a cold calculation happening behind the scenes with Calliope. You can see she is genuinely glad to see you, in the sense of someone who finally thinks they have a chance. She daren't not gainsay her mother before, but now there is a chaplain on the vessel, a chaplain she personally trusts, and she's a massive shit stirrer.
Did she say anything during the meeting?
No, she didn't.
At all.
From the...
Can I, is there a way to, Photoshop just her, how she looked during the meeting?
Yeah, you can go back over your Vox feed.
Blurring out everything else and just show a picture of her being completely fine and saying nothing the whole time.
Yes.
And show that picture of that to Ryan, she didn't seem to mind either.
Make a tech check to find the doctored footage and claim it's AI.
You had a chance to speak.
But as you are going through the footage, you would see where Reed's talking about that quiet meeting with everyone. Reed's eyes Calliope's eyes keep glancing to certain people in the room. And when Ambrose gainsayed the actions that Reed was going to undertake, you saw that her eyes flickered and she almost spoke in support against her mother's wishes.
What was the deal?
Alright, that was just a freebie for you. The tech check, just DN2, because you are a Iron Hands.
It's just the idea that he's just taken the most autistic and roundabout way to try and figure out human emotion.
Yeah. I'm trying to imagine, he would be like, "What? Why are you lying? You had a chance to speak then. What? Why would you be saying such things?"
Not understanding why, her mother,
Yeah, he's like, "Look at the footage. You didn't say anything."
It does not make sense why you would say anything. If you have a problem, you say it, right?
Yeah. If you had a problem, you would have said it then, no? Why now?
So, what you would see as I described, what do you do?
In terms of Ryan's response, though the helm doesn't quite show it, there is kind of that glare to Calliope. He doesn't doubt the genuine happiness to see him again, but he does kind of speak out, going, "This is not some inquisitorial game, is it?"
If only it were, Brother Ryan. My mother, I think you of all have long suspected, is a zealot, shall we say. She is not without her failings. She is terrified that she is wrong. She is terrified that stronger minds will prevail. She liked Cadogan because Cadogan was predictable. she could assume his position. They'd known each other so long that she knew that he would not agree with her, but she also knew the measures he would take. The assassin girl, Ira, for example. When one is engaging in a matter of martyrdom, it is best to know thy enemy. But now, with Cadigan's death, my mother's plans have been thrown into a freefall. I am concerned for the safety of everybody. I understand my mother's goal. We must claim the Blackthrone. We must protect its occupant. I am with her on all these things. But I do not wish to slaughter those who would die in a manner that is worthy.
That is just the thing, Calliope, I don't quite understand about you. It has been rather... You have been rather compliant in everything that your mother has done up until this point. This, now, is a sudden shift. She spoke of necessity and all such things, taking every measure in order to protect the greatest secret that she has ever held. This should have felt no different. Why now?
Because it was right before, and now it is wrong. The secret is out. Were we protecting the secret from the arch-enemy, I would of course agree, and I would enact such slaughter myself. But Ankeloclast is out there, Rhine. We have not heard from him in how long? But that traitor still lives and knows of the Blackthrone. He is gathering the forces of the enemy to march upon it. We need every weapon by our side, every gun loaded, every sword sharpened, or we will lose. And we will fall, and Pandoric will be doomed. To enact a culling now of our resources? It is insanity. That is why I act. And Aegis, you are right, I held my tongue in the meeting. Perhaps that was unworthy of me. But she is my mother. One does not... I would be as likely to gainsay a Primarch. Do you understand?
And then what do you expect me to change out of all this? Chaplain as I am, and that of the first chapter itself. She is also an Inquisitor.
Speak with your father. After this Ursus crusade, we are to link up with the Primarch of the 13th. We are to fly to Pandoric, guns blazing in holy crusade. It would be an honor if you joined us, Brother Rhine, but the Lion of Caliban must not. There must be a power in this Imperium ready to withstand her. Speak of your Primarch. He must return to Terra to seek allies, so that should things go too far, my mother may yet be brought to heel.
And do you suspect that this purging can yet be stopped? Or is this only a matter of time?
I fear it is only a matter of time. The purging may well, indeed, be a necessary evil. There are many here who have seen too much. There are rumors of cults, even amongst the Avalosians. We cannot be certain of anything. But what is certain is that my mother will sacrifice anything and everything to achieve her vision of the future. And there is only one Primarch in this galaxy, I believe, with the sense to stop her, and that is your father. The Lord Guilliman will not. I am certain of it.
Very well. What do you make of it, Aegis? I would dare to say it, but if Calliope speaks true, then it sounds like a descent into insanity. The road to hell and such things.
I think he would be silent for a while. I think he has kind of lost some respect for her.
Fair.
You had a chance to speak at the meeting and held your tongue. I do not understand this dilemma of relationship. It is foreign to me.
That is because you are Astartes. Your relationships are black and white. They are blood and bone. They are forged in fires of battle. But think upon the relationship one has with a parent. What Rhine has with the lion. What your brotherhood would have once had with your own Primarch. It is no easy thing to gainsay them. Perhaps I was coward. Perhaps I was cowardly. You are right to call me on that. But I cannot gainsay my mother. Not openly.
Well, fear not. If you lack the willpower to tell your truth to her, then I shall do it for you.
Then you would condemn me to death also, Brother Aegis.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
If it's okay,
Yeah,
I'd
that's
like
fine. Just if that's what that she.
Inside, I'm going to decide one more time. So I'm trying to gain the is this genuine pleading, or is this part of the cold calculating that she's doing? If that makes sense.
Yeah, go for it.
Because there's an inherent difference between if you kind of push an emotion to get a particular reaction,
Yeah.
or is this a genuine plea? Effectively, she's asking angels to help her.
Make an insight check. And I'll actually give you a help action from her, so plus 3 dice.
DN6, it says her base insight.
Well, it's not DN6 because that's her deception.
Sorry.
Just an insight check. Let's just see successes.
Yep.
Eight successes. You can do better than just insight her. You can hear her heartbeat. It's frantic, confused, beating more rapidly than it should. She is not lying. This is more akin to a plea. Her true desire, obviously there may be something selfish under it. She has a lot to gain from backing Camp Cadogan. She is now officially a member of the Ordo Malleus, and as such has a lot to gain from having, from essentially absorbing Cadogan's resources under her, under her sort of tutelage, her banner. But the plea for the lion to return to Terra, to find a way to bring Reed to heal, that is a genuine plea. She is scared of her mother, terrified of her mother. You got to remember, it was revealed to Calliope in-game only a matter of months ago that her mum had fully intended to sacrifice her to the Blackthrone.
Brother Aegis, if I may.
Yes?
Condemn Calliope to death would be too brash. That would truly expedite the process of a purging. If Reed was to find out that her plan was leaked, and not only that was to be thwarted, then her wrath would come down on us twice-fold. It is a paranoia that I am all too familiar with.
We were given ample opportunities to voice any concerns at the meeting. There was no threat of loss of life. There was no worry then. This is either a test of some sorts or some form of treachery.
With the footage, didn't oh no, I can't say it might be meta.
What are you thinking?
Never mind. Just I was thinking back to the actual meeting itself, and thinking of like what Canakin specifically was saying. I was trying to think there was actually a point of like, is there a point in a purge? Like there was a. Oh, well, I'm trying to think. Did that come after? Kind of like a quiet moment between the two.
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was raised, as in like why the kind of consensus that was eventually reached was we get why these people need to die. However, let them die for the Emperor. Don't stab them in the back. Was kind of what was eventually debated more than anything. A lot of that conversation from a DMing perspective was was Reed trying to. She was less reading how to do the purge, and she was more reading you guys, who would support her, who would back her up. You know, it was that conversation was very delicately worded from a DMing perspective. So, yeah, I'm not sure if there's any sort of. The matter of debate came down to how the purge would happen, not should the purge happen.
Well, I understand that you see it as so obvious, Aegis. If anyone was against it, why would they not speak out? Unfortunately, and this is something that I have the unfortunate way of being familiar with, when dealing with those of absolute power, the wrong word can get you killed. Your duty left unfulfilled.
You were given guarantees of safety, and to my understanding, even if you were against it, you would just be quietly removed from any responsibilities required.
And what if you could not be quietly removed? Quietly removed in inquisitorial terms, Brother Aegis, is to cease your service to the Emperor.
You can bend your service to other areas.
No, it is to be put to death. Or servitor. Service.
Written out of the books.
My mother does not tally with such things.
Surely this would be something against the Lord Custodian. Would they not suspect?
The Lord Custodian sides with my mother on this matter.
You jest.
I do not. I wish I did. Brother Ahmet, he's a custodian. Oh, fucking Katie of the Hoover, I'm sorry if you can hear that.
Probably nothing.
Okay,
on
good.
Our end, maybe on stream they might
Shouldn't
be able to hear
do.
it in the
You don't,
background,
if you can't hear it through my mic, stream shouldn't be able to.
yeah, but we couldn't hear you when you were eating curry,
True,
but it came through on stream.
Fingers crossed then, because I have no way of checking.
I am on it.
It's alright, it doesn't matter, I can't stop it, Katie. The Lord Ahmet believes himself to have had a spiritual revelation. He believes my mother is a apostle of the child of the Emperor. Some custodians still think, as many Astartes do, that the Emperor was but a man. Some believe that he is divinity. Ahmet has pledged himself to the redemptionist cause.
Then open plays would then would only be to our detriment.
As I say, all I ask, Brother Ryan, is that you speak with your father. Once Ursus is concluded, return him to Terra. Pray that he is able to find a way to at least even the sides.
Very well. I shall see it done.
My thanks. Brother Aegis, I would appreciate your candor in this matter. I am aware that you are more akin to my mother than perhaps many give you credit for. But the Iron Hands understand that the slaughter would be pointless. It would be inefficient and a waste of resources. Perhaps you can support me in that.
I can support you in the slaughter being inefficient and wasteful for Imperial assets, but any of the Xenos allied
Oh, certainly. We're talking purely the Imperial assets here, the Imperial Army and Navy that we're in contract with, etc. Xenos don't matter.
Any of these Imperial assets that do not think we should be vanquishing these, the word he would choose, these creatures, these denizens, I believe is an enemy to the Imperium.
I concur.
They have effectively joined their side. I do not believe she would needlessly slaughter Imperial assets.
To my mother, it is not needless. It is the consolidation of power. But I agree. It would be unwise to slay the followers of the Imperium. The Xenos are of no consequence. They may die as we wish. As is right.
I will give you the honor of telling your own mother how you truly feel.
And such revelations are what make distinctness out of humans and Astartes. My mother will learn of my intentions and feelings with a dagger, or not at all.
Did she just threaten to kill her mom?
Yeah. Her mum was gonna possess her. But she also added to that, or not at all. So it's basically, if my mum finds out, we'll fight.
I assume I'm armed.
I assume you are too.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna take out my blade.
Okay.
Point it at her and say that you are under arrest. I'm taking you to see her now.
My dear brother
She will
Aegis,
decide your fate.
you have no authority over me. As Inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus. Additionally, and she reaches back and brings out a small data slate. I have in here one of our refracted shards of Omnus. Slay me, and I will enter it into your armor. Have you missed being alone?
Can I start sending a live feed of this to Reed?
Make a tech check, DN12. Because as you know, Calliope dampens technology.
This is gonna be an ask. Can I take some glory?
I gotta say no. Sorry, Brian, this is a few times I gotta tell you that.
Actually, I'm fine with this. I think this should be like the first corruption from taking glory. I really do, because I think this is that important. I think he sees as very black and white. How much corruption is it? One per?
One per glory, yeah.
Good fucking god. What's the scale of corruption? Like, what's a lot of corruption to take versus like? I only have 2.
Any.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
25 is dead.
I'll triple check for you so that we know exactly the amount. Like I say, I forewarn you, Calliope doesn't do anything without foreplanning.
It's every 55.
Corruption levels 285.
I think you get mutations at 6, 11, 16, 21.
Yeah, 6, 11, 16, 21. What are you on currently, Aegis?
2.
2. So you could take 4 without going up a corruption level, but it's still risky.
Let's think about this. The DC you said was gonna be 12.
Yeah, because of her innate omni-dampening.
Okay, I think he takes all 3.
We have a Liam.
You have a Liam?
You have.
We have a Liam. Here to witness Calliope's end.
You do not have Liam.
Ah.
You have Pierre Lacroix.
Ah!
Okay.
Apologies, I thought I would join and intercede a little bit. And
No, please do.
Oh, it's
no,
spicy.
You've got you can join at just the right time. The sword is pointed. I would actually say, as a reaction, is, well, they just stand down. It is not our affairs to meddle with. We have our mission elsewhere.
Let's wait until you bit. I'm going. Oh wow! I didn't even have the wrath reroll.
Okay. So where are you? You say just a live feed, yeah, free corruption.
Yeah.
So you activate a live feed. Where to? So that does cause you to mutate. You're on corruption 5 now, yeah? Or is that starting corruption?
No, that was with the +3. I just
okay, cool. So just straight to read. Now I'm going to be really anal here, and I feel like I have every right to be. But how and when? So
Would anyone care to share their screen? Sorry.
I literally can't because of the amount of stuff on my map. But as in, like, Inquisitor Reed doesn't carry around an Aegisometer on her.
Would I know where she's currently at?
Probably the bridge, I'd say.
Is there like a main screen on the bridge?
There's the massive holographic table. The wall.
I would put that bitch right on the.
Okay.
The big screen. Audio and everything.
On the big screen.
Okay.
Coming live to your theaters to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you immediately, there's a click as your helmet lens switches. I need to know in this moment, as this live feed goes live, Aegis, what do you say? Rhine, what do you do? I'm then going to respond with Calliope. Okay? You are
with
welcome.
all the proper titles and decorum Aegis can manage, I will essentially give the, I don't know, whatever to be the official sort of, I, Aegis of the 10th.
Yeah.
Former member of Death Watch, current member of Salvation, hereby charge you as potential traitorous.
On what grounds? Actually, no, sorry, George. I wouldn't say actually before she responds, George first, because he did declare. Just to shoot myself in the foot slightly.
Brother Aegis, you speak out of turn. You have no authority to declare such a thing.
On authority of Reed.
A bold proclamation.
And for the crime of threatening her life, our commanding superior.
Okay, so that's gone live to the bridge. As you say
I imagine
that,
the
it
footage is just like
it doesn't just go live to the bridge. It plasters on every screen on the Dreadspear. As you
Hell
see
yeah.
a film click behind Calliope's eye. This is Calliope Reed to the Dreadspear. Brother Aegis has been contaminated by the AI known as Omnus. His armor is acting against him. He has accused me of heresy. He has accused me of excommunicate traitoris. I accept that this is his charge. But understand, to all who witness this feed, if he lays a hand upon me, it is in hostility. This is a man of iron, and images start playing on the screens. Aegis cutting through enemies, taking hits he should never survive. Flickers of imaging around him, and then it cuts. You see Calypso Beta Rho turning, and the new sphere around Aegis looks like a crackling void of energy. Look upon the data corruption of this child of iron. He is attacking a member of the Inquisition. On the authority of Inquisitor Cadogan von Alchmerzer, I hereby strip Brother Aegis of the 10th of all honours and place him under the immediate arrest of the Dark Angels of Caliban. For he is corrupted, not by the Xenos, but by a binaric enemy, and must be contained immediately. And the images begin to go blank. This is across the entire ship. Liam, if you want to come in as Ambrose, you may.
Of course, could I have a little bit of context as to what is going on?
No, because Ambrose doesn't have the context.
Fine.
As in, I think that's fair, right? Like, Ambrose doesn't know what's going on.
I actually think this helps your RPU even better.
Point. Looking across to the screen at Calliope and again at Reed.
Reed's on the bridge as well, and all you see her do is just lean forwards and like staple her fingers.
It is not unknown, and it is not without warrant, that a lesser rank accuses a senior of heresy without due cause. What evidence do you have, Astartes?
Oh,
Aegis?
no, I've got to be... I'm really sorry, Liam, but because of the ramifications of this, I've got to be blunt. There is no communication. Aegis has opened a vid feed to the bridge. Calliope has intercepted it and broadcasted it to the entire ship. That's why she hijacked it, to turn it back on Aegis. There's no communication here.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fair. In which case, retconning, looking at Reed, it is not unknown for a lesser rank to accuse a superior of heresy without due cause. There is no evidence, and without a conflict of interest on your part, Reed, for that of your daughter.
I understand. But we must...
There has been less than any evidence previously through her actions recorded to that of Avalos, to that of Luna, and to that of the Ursus campaign. Calliope has warranted no evidence of heresy. Where could this have come from?
I do not know, but I will say my faith in my daughter is absolute, Ambrose. You are right, I am biased. Make what arrests you must. This is your ship, Captain. But I will say, Brother Aegis has suffered recent mental trauma. Amnesia. There is places in his armor that such things as Omnus could hide. I am not making an accusation. I pray that this is some trick of the arch enemy, and I excuse myself from the decision. And she literally steps back and places the Sword of Baal on the table. She will not have anything to do with this.
You excuse yourself from the decision, Reed, quite rightly. as you so admit, your decision is biased. And at this moment, you are most accessible, and this is my vessel. You are under arrest, and any association with Calliope is under arrest.
Wait, what?
This
That's completely... What?
A minute.
This is why I asked for a little bit of context.
Well, hang on, I'm confused, because on one hand you've said Calliope is completely innocent and has shown no signs of traitor, and now you're turning on Reed.
This is the point. Calliope is still being accused of heresy and traitorous.
Okay.
So
And she-
Aegis. So
So is Aegis.
And so is Aegis. Ambrose doesn't have access currently.
the footage that was played was that Aegis accused Calliope with the full titles. Ryan yelled out that he's under no such authority to make such a claim, at which then Calliope said that Aegis is currently under the effect of Omnus.
While
and,
playing the vids feeds from Calypso's research into Omnus on Aegis that we had a few months back now.
Right. That's the critical.
Sorry, it's because you did one thing and then you
whereabouts.
said the other, and I was sitting there, was like, "Holy shit, the play!"
It's worth mentioning that my feed would be my POV, like what I'm seeing through my helmet, and so you'd be seeing me pointing the sword at her, essentially detaining her, and then immediately I imagine her version would be like a completely different point of view because it's just playing old footage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
it's
So
like,
her version is her
Yeah.
responding to you. Like that part is still from your POV, like on her face, like an impassioned plea, and then she's cutting in footage essentially that she's preempt. Think Batman versus the Justice League. She also, I will distress, she also did not take authority unto herself. She deliberately chose to give the arrest to the Dark Angels, playing the what card
Fair
would you
enough.
call it? Playing the adjourned card, you know?
It's like it's less a victim card and more like a martyr slash.
Yeah, I know I can't, I don't want this to be my word versus yours sort of thing.
Right. Fair enough. Amending, if you would, then.
No, it's
of what
alright, I
was
just,
said,
yeah.
Given that context.
would my would my footage or my mic essentially be cut off effectively, or would I still be able to?
I think you can still speak because it's a live feed, but she is dominating it. But let's hear from Liam first because it's all happening simultaneously.
Yeah. Very well, Reed. If you take the back seat to your daughter's accused and accusational actions, then it cannot be helped. The accuser is accused as well. Calliope and Aegis must submit themselves to interrogation. The only ones that I would see as above reproach, my Lord Custodes and Lord Rhine, Chaplain of the Dark Angels, are above reproach on this matter. They are to enact these interrogations, if it please the Custodes.
Amit is looking at the screen intently. I will speak with the son of Iron. Rhine knows the girl. He will extort the truth from her.
Make no mistake, however, if Aegis is accused of heresy and found wanting, then of course it calls into question most of salvation, which concerns me greatly.
To
But if
my
Calliope,
understanding, Lord Ambrose, the accusation of the girl is not of heresy, but rather that Aegis is influenced or corrupted somehow by the creature known as Omnus, that you have previously had to deal with in his armor, but I know little of this outside of battle reports.
I believe, my lord, that it would fall under, and I am no expert, under the category of the Mechanicus version of tech heresy, but it is remaining to be interrogated.
We must, if we could, confer with Calypso Beta Rho.
Who is dead?
I know, but perhaps he kept records.
But, can Rise
now we can
send
cut back,
specific-
yeah. Go on.
Yeah, can Rise send Vox signals to specific people, because he knows who to call on this one.
Yes, but you are currently in a standoff.
Yeah,
and I know Brian wanted to say something, so...
Yeah, apologies. This is also in reaction to all this. He would send out signals for an approach of his own retinue. He would honestly call the apothecaries. He feel like there are going to be bodies dropping. This never goes well. And to Sahu, because he's the only one who, outside of Ryan himself, who's familiar with Aegis. And to one last individual, the one person I don't think he'd ever want to call, and that is Wayland.
Yeah. There's like the lights blinking on the corridor as they come online, just sat at the end of it with a thunder hammer and a power axe. Wayland stands!
Before Brian does his thing, Ambrose would sense the shit that is about to go down and press his secret panic button to call Voidsman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole ship's on high alert.
The moment Aegis is popping off, we're all shitting bricks.
Alright.
Fuck. So, as that's happening, as Wayland is doing his kaiju warm-up, as Voidsmen are grabbing all the melter guns, what's happening in our standoff? Calliope is there with the finger on the button, with Aegis holding his sword to her, and Rhine sort of to one side, Crozius in hand.
Corrupted by my armor, are you mad? With my free hand, I would slowly take off my helmet. Hopefully it's still recording and playing live.
I assume you place it in a manner where it can still see everything, and you don't just hold it like butt shot, butt dial.
Exactly. I'm hold it like an influencer out to the side.
She tilts her head.
See her and me.
If you are not Aegis, then tell me, from your memories, what happened to Dorian Redwood? What trials did you face? What were the names of the Tau that you fought?
From my personal memories. How clever.
Because your memories are not yours, brother. I do not call you heretic. I think you are a victim. You are being tainted and changed, and you cannot see it, for it is insidious. Who can challenge you, brother Aegis? Truly, who? Worlds have cracked against the sort of firepower that you can withstand. The enemy is an insidious one, and it has wormed its way into you, into your mind and your agmetics. Every word from your mouth is afflicted by the taint of a tongue that is not yours.
First, you plan murder, and now you lie. Your treachery knows no bounds.
This is not you, my friend.
I will not be your executioner.
This is not you, my friend.
I will not be your executioner. That will be another's role. I'm just going to escort you to the brig. If you are innocent, surely you will go willingly.
You will escort me nowhere. Right now, the ship is mobilizing against us both. If you take so much as a step, you will be cut down.
I look back at Brian. Not moving the helmet though, keeping that still. Is Ryan like he's about to strike me down?
Less so he's prepared prepared to strike you down, also he's prepared to knock you both the fuck out if you decide. Like as soon as whoever like throws the first punch, that is, it's very clear that Ryan is not there to take down anyone in particular. He's there to stop both killing each other. He's made his stance clear that, regardless of the conversation, you're speaking out of turn.
I assume that this is like auditable to everyone.
Through the helmet, yes.
Brother Astartes, Aegis, you do not have the authority to act as judgment.
Again, no communication.
Ah, right.
Unless you're doing like a ship-wide Vox call, I suppose would work.
Yeah.
We're just in like some random hallway on the ship. It's basically we're streaming it out, but you know, as far as I know, no one's sort of called us in or called into us to talk. Ryan, you know me. We have fought many battles. You're telling me you can stand there and listen to her plan to murder our superior?
You're saying this on the live feed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan is on the ceiling, but dumbfounded as to what to say. It is not our game to play, Magus.
I agree. That's why I'm leaving the decision up to the authorities, to the people who make that decision. It is my responsibility to call this out.
It is your responsibility to fight and die for the Emperor, not to interpret his will. You have overextended yourself, Brother Aegis. And I do not think it is you still. I know you are recording this. I can see it on the Vox screens around us, and look how I do not pose a threat. You could crush me in seconds. I am unaugmented. But you have been tainted by Omnus ever since Avalos. You have withstood that which should have felled demons. You have been touched by the warp, and yet have emerged unscathed. There are greater Astartes than you who have been put to death for such things. There is a reason that Lord Wayland awaits this vessel and is here. Because you, Aegis, are a known threat. Not because you are not loyal, I do not believe that for a moment, but because your mind is not your own. Please, let us help you. Do not give in to these thoughts, for they are not yours.
My God, this bitch manipulative. God damn.
I'm having out of
She
game
is the
trauma.
daughter of. One moment, hold on. If I may. It's in this moment. Oh, that's fine, Liam. Don't stress, mate. I wasn't even expecting it. Thank you. The lights dim. Hang on, is he here? He's here. As the lights dim, the doors shut all around you. And as the lights flicker back on, a figure is stood in the doorway behind Aegis. A head taller, illuminated by nothing but the cackling light of his thunderhammer. Brother Wayland, if you would please reintroduce yourself.
Greetings, brothers. It's been a while.
While this conversation happens and you guys fill Joe in, I have been messaging Joe with what Wayland would know. Okay, I've not been biased, I think I've been pretty fair. Wayland has more info on Aegis than anyone else because he has access to Calypso Beta Rose data files. Outside of that, y'all bring Joe up to speed. He's not, as far as I know, not joining the campaign, but so Wayland would have an understanding of what's going on, so I need to piss so bad.
Oh, what's... I got a message like 10 minutes ago. Like in the middle of playing fucking Neo. Joe, I jump on Discord quick, like, oh, wow, what's going on? Fucking... There's something going on right now. Oh, okay.
Ryan sent a Vox message to Wayland because this is very much the worst case scenario. Fucking... He just draws his weapon against an ally.
I mean,
what's happening?
You sent him then, right? Like he wouldn't have the. Would he have the recording to watch? And it's all so fast, right? He would just have just the message you sent him, basically, right?
Effectively, it was a Vox summoning of key individuals. It was our new apothecary for the sake of the fact that I think bodies are going to drop. So either he's likely going to have to heal someone, or he's going to have to collect some gene seed. Let's pray not the latter. He sent for his own.
To be fair, I think that's kind of the correct way to roll this, because you don't actually know what you're walking into, right? Like you wouldn't have.
Mind games is all can be resaid.
Okay.
Well, we can give you the visual. We can give you the visual. The way I imagine it is there's there's Calliope, there's me pointing my power sword at her, maybe a few inches from her face. I'm holding my helmet to the side, that's sort of live feeding, that's playing all over the ship. So I'm showing the whole thing, audio and everything. Ryan is probably very worried, I imagine, looking. But yeah, my helmet's off, and I'm accusing her.
So basically, yeah, Aegis has accused Calliope of heresy. You do not know the nature of that heresy, because that part of the conversation was private before you started recording, Brian, yeah? But since then, you have stated threatening to murder a superior officer. Those words exactly. Calliope has been making the argument that Aegis has gone off the deep end. She's argued that Omnus has infected Aegis because it's known that Aegis has the memory loss from that reset, and that Omnus has tainted Aegis's decision-making ability. She's basically playing the mind games a little bit of making it look like Aegis has gone insane. Or at least is so tainted by Omnus he cannot be trusted nor can trust himself. She is Gaslight 101 right now, but, you know.
To my benefit and detriment, I would like to specify. He never did say he was going to murder her. But
No. You accused Calliope of threatening to murder a superior officer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's specifically those words, but Aegis wouldn't know who. Oh, sorry, Wayland wouldn't know who. All Wayland knows is that he has been awoken from his cryosleep, essentially, been told Aegis is attacking an Inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus. That's important. Calliope is of that rank now. Okay. And it has been summoned by Rhine. And as you arrive, you see Aegis holding Calliope at blade point. Calliope is holding what looks to be like a detonator in her hand, but outside of that is presenting very little threat. Rhine is somewhat between them, with his Crozius, I believe, towards Aegis, and his other hand basically on Calliope. And you would have, and what I've messaged you, Joe, previously is what Wayland knows, because Wayland's been receiving direct reports from Calypso Beta Rho on everything Aegis, up to the death of Calypso Beta Rho. So you would know about Aegis's memory loss, you would know about his taint, his Omnus taint, etc., etc., the stuff I've messaged you. You've basically been receiving all the info on Aegis.
I see. Okay. So what am I doing? Am I breaking this up? That
is for you to decide, I believe. Is that everyone? You were summoned here by Ryan because it's the Aegis committee, essentially. And as you arrive, Wayland, so do 4 Dark Angels, Ryan's retinue.
I see.
The apothecary, if he's one.
Yeah, I'm adding everyone sort of vaguely into this corridor now.
Okie dokie.
What a fucking situation. You're on the right there, that's Brother of Wayland. Absolute unit.
So, George or Brian or in character out, I don't really mind. I'll be breaking this up for getting in the way of this.
No, I'm not allowing any metagame in here.
Okay.
I think, just for accuracy's sake, I think Ryan would be like, if anything, we're in a triangle, or I'm closer to her.
Yeah. Please just move as needed.
Yeah.
So is Ryan de-escalating?
Trying,
Okay,
but there's not much you can really say in terms of like both are technically right in what they're saying, and that's the kind of the problem here is that you can't really say no, Calliope, you're talking absolute bullshit because she's not, but like Aegis is not entirely wrong in what he's doing, but he's really overstepping his rank.
I would also, and this is purely out of interest for Brother Rhine, what was the state Aegis was in last time Rhine saw him before departing back to the Dark Angels? And what state was Calliope in as well, to be fair?
Calliope was, as far as I'm aware, still reeling from the mission against the orb.
Yeah, she was in recovery mode, wasn't she?
And Aegis, as far as I'm aware, was still missing basically all of his memories. That's kind of all that he really recalled. They've been in battle since, but
okay.
You know what I would say? I would say, in some ways, the previous like intensity would probably remind you of like an earlier day. Especially like on our first missions, maybe, because I can't imagine Aegis watched everything, right? Like, he probably watched all of the keynotes of like things that have happened in the past, but he couldn't possibly have gone through all of the interactions he had with anybody, right? So like, I imagine in the beginning he watched quite a bit of the Rhine stuff and kind of caught back up on that.
He watched the highlight reels.
Yeah, but I do think it would be a different Aegis, because it's someone who's like imagine you woke up and someone gave you a recording of like your life, which is limited as it is because he already had his memory wiped before then, and they're like, all right, this is who you are. Right? So I kind of thought of that moment as like because all of the moments leading up to this was slowly moving the line in the sand of what Aegis was allowed, was okay with, and so the memory wipe reset him back to 0, which was the zero nonsense.
Aegis' personal tolerance for bullshittery
was completely reset.
Reset. Yeah, no, I completely get why you're doing this, Brian. I think this is some of the best fucking character shit we've had. I love this. But please understand as well, Calliope is going to manipulate the ever-loving shit out of this, because that's what she does. You know?
Oh, yeah. And but that's why I was...
Go, sorry.
I was just going to say, that's why he was so read-coded. Or core, because he was like, okay, cool, this is our commanding officer, okay, cool, here's the things that have happened in the past, no wonder this is happening. Yeah, no wonder this is happening. Yeah, okay, we should stop siding with anybody who's okay with dealing with any of these heretics.
I do wonder though, and this is not to try and give myself a cheap cop out, there you go, George, all your tokens are made.
Yay.
Reed obviously fought with you alongside Avalos, Aegis, but on a comrade level, Calliope's the one who's been with you through the most. Just something to brew upon in the background.
I think it would be obvious by this point that Aegis is clearly anything that's not Astartes, he's ist against.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like he just doesn't respect any. Like if you're not Mechanicum or Astartes, he just doesn't have.
Yeah, that he doesn't have any respect. Fair.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
Joe, that is what you arrived to. Let's let. I know Liam and Joe. I think Liam had something, and Joe, I think, need to be our next two port of calls here.
One more question before fucking we get this crazy train rolling. Was it Valerie is the
mother, the Inquisitor?
Yeah, so radical she's borderline heretic.
Yes, though how much of that Wayland knows is up for debate. He knows that she is an extreme Inquisitor, he would know that she is a Xanthite Inquisitor, so she is radical. Whether you know about the working with Necrons and stuff, you wouldn't. I don't think you'd know that.
Oh yeah, because when I played these sessions, I was there for some of that. I was
Of
there
course,
when,
yes, absolutely, yeah.
On the jump into Nihilus and all that sort of shit.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah. I forget that Wayland. Yeah.
Well, no,
This is so fucking tense. Like, is anyone else feeling that?
I don't know what's going on.
You are the executioner.
Okay.
Well, no, that's not to tell you what to do, but as in, like, your job is to fucking find out.
Executor, then. Fucking. Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine you walk to the doorway and you get the first word here.
Alright then.
Nice to have you back, by the way, Joe.
Say again, yeah.
Good to see you, man. Turns out you're free on Saturdays, huh?
Did you get the milk that you wanted, or?
Yeah, fucking Wayland walks back in. Hey guys, I've just been. Oh, we're the Emperor. Alright.
World's longest milk run.
So,
Sorry.
that is the situation that you would see as you come in, Wayland. Ryan certainly has the martial authority here, with the backing of his command squad. But as you arrive, so do a Apothecary of the Crimson Fists and Apothecary Kalis of the Red Scorpions, who Wayland has met previously.
Yeah,
But I think there is a quiet, like, respectful silence that falls as you're kind of like a commissar amongst Space Marines.
I mean, fair enough. Right, shall I get us started then?
By all means, please.
Yeah. Brother Aegis, I suggest you put that power sword down immediately.
Yeah, as long as there's a fair trial here, no problem with that.
But that was easy.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's actually probably the calmest person in the room. He's completely sure he's correct.
Because he's a psychopath.
As long as she's put on trial, yeah, of course. I was just going to escort her to the brig.
This extends to more than just her potential taint. Aegis, you two are suspected.
You have my permission to look through every fiber of my being.
That's not my job, that's...
Oh, you already have.
I have.
Mm-hmm. Aegis, you are here as Aegis's watchdog.
Okay, so in other words, the shit you told me is concrete, it's true.
Yes, because every time Aegis has been repaired, every time he has been interacted with in any way by Calypso Beta Rho or Kalis, they have reported them. They have made reports to Brother Wayland.
So the things that you specifically said were concerns is they are happening and people are concerned, and it's not their concern that it might be happening.
So in our private messages, I have sent you that Wayland has observed data files from Calypso Beta Rho, that Aegis is receiving signals from a certain third party. That is confirmed.
Okay.
And while the traces of Omnus do appear to be gone, there are extensive reports from Calypso that he cannot guarantee that the taint, that Omnus is gone.
Okay. Alright.
And I feel like it's an important detail here, though. I did take off my helmet.
True, you can see Aegis's fucked up face.
Yeah, my horrible face. You know, not that really means I'm any less mechanical.
Everyone roll fear checks.
I was going to say, for context, half his face is missing and is an augmetic, if that's anything to go by. He is an Iron Hand. It doesn't improve the visage much.
His argument.
If anything, I'm not corrupted by the machine, reveals the fucking boar. dog.
It's actually the childish logic of Aegis. It's like, oh, they want to see I'm not corrupted? Sure, let me take my helmet off.
Yeah.
Here we go. Feast your eyes. See? Perfectly normal.
Everyone. Ooh.
Put that thing back on.
Back where it came from.
I fully expect the right to look at that, go, no, that is pretty normal for an Iron Hand, I can't lie.
Yeah, although, I mean, for an Iron Hand, he's...
I don't see anything wrong.
But yeah, no. He's fine. I will lower my sword, and I'll say, take us to the brig. Take us to...
Okay.
Put us on trial.
I mean, let's go.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for Ambrose to have made his way down to the deck?
Yeah, definitely. I think when it comes to escorting to the brig, it's Ambrose who shows up with... roll me a D100.
I cannot.
Someone roll me a D100.
I got you, buddy.
Oh, you go, Jacob.
Thank you.
26.
All right.
26
You would
voids.
see that Ambrose arrives with no less than 26 melter-gun armed voidsmen who enter next to Wayland, all lowering melter guns at both parties involved.
Question
God,
was
I've never wanted to roll a 1 more.
Just one fucking mad lad. It's all we
Does Mob
need.
have the fear fucking effect? Because it's fucking ages, that shit's scared. They're under the effects of fear, so just the idea that they came down here with melter guns and they're still uncertain on victory.
Yeah. You see a Lehman Russ battle tank slowly crawling its way up the fucking corridor.
Chimera rolls around the corner.
The lion
I'd say
deep
it's still an
strikes
uphill
in.
battle from that.
The start is known as Aegis. You will immediately drop all weaponry and equipment that could be used for offensive means. Calliope Reed, you will do the same, and whatever is in your hand, you will also drop immediately.
She smiles and throws you the detonator. It's a dud. Doesn't do anything.
Trained by Cadogan in fucking deed.
Indeed. And if you ever trusted your master's instinct, trust mine.
And you know, being trained by the same individual, that I will not trust anything until it is proven for myself. Submit
Good.
yourselves to interrogation immediately.
Calliope smiles. Of course. As is your right, Captain. Admiral.
Right. And the voidsman would filter through the bulk that is Wayland. Hi, Wayland. I've never met you before, but you got it.
I love the idea that Ambrose, Liam's character Joe, is the owner of the Dreadspit. He's the admiral of this fleet. I love the idea he had no idea Wayland was on the ship.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
No, it's just you've been powered off for so long that no one's ever detected your signs. You know? Wayland just fucking awakens in the background.
Listen to Tantoni. I don't know how you got on my ship, but you stay fucking there too. But yeah, he would drag both.
Yeah, Calliope Calliope would go quite willingly.
Not as willingly as me.
Fire.
As you are placed in your confinement, Calliope is just sort of put in a cell, like she's human. Aegis is placed in the box. Like there is a drumming as the wave of like an EMP ripples through Aegis, shutting down his systems so that he cannot possibly escape. And a guard is placed around Calliope, watching her, waiting. So, that took a twist.
You're meant to go on a mission.
Can I have a Can I have a word with you quickly with this new development?
That be myself, or
Well, a few of the people that may be required are a little tied up. Very simply, we cannot afford something like this right now. Not with the mission as critical as it is.
unfortunately enough, it seems that my absence has caused a lot of more tension. This will not stand.
As this conversation, just to give a little exit here, as this is happening, you all sort of move to the jails. As you do, disappearing into the darkness, Brother Wayland's lights dim, and he returns to whatever part of the ship he resides in until called upon. Joe, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Alright, ta-ta everyone.
Ciao, man.
Yeah. What were you saying, Jacob?
Yes, please.
In a time like this, I don't like it. It seems oddly too specific of a time.
That much
Right.
as we can.
Sorry.
You first.
Quite right, and I do not know who you are.
There are just more and
I
more
have been on your
Astartes on my
ship for
fucking ship.
a long while.
Apparently, many individuals have been on my ship without my knowing. Thankful for such inquisitors. But any accusations of heresy, I will not have wandering around my ship.
Of course, I understand that. But with a mission so critical right now, having this appear is curious, to say the least, if not devious at worst. We should not need to squabble about such actions right now when the mission is so critical.
Then I have no issue of leaving them in the brig to rot. Is that your suggestion?
The very
If they are
least.
both accusatory of each other, then both shall be part of the mission. They will be there to keep an eye on each other. If one falls, the other falls. We break the ties.
But one mission would not clear the suspicion of either.
Correct. Then we can deal with that after the mission. But right now, the mission is more important than than this squabble. I understand there are accusations. But with enough men and firepower, especially with those two watching each other, we can at least do this mission before dealing with this. The more time we spend on these interrogations is more time the enemy gets to spend reinforcing and preparing for our arrival.
Right. Though the only one who I think would who think himself arrogant enough to be the only one right in the situation would be Aegis himself. At the very least, we need to get him settled that he won't act out while we are on mission. He's expecting a trial, but not for himself. Whether he'll move without one, that is a whole other matter. I have known him well enough. At the very least, I've known him since Avalos, when he is first awoken. He does not seem
From the
to...
sounds of things, though. From the sounds of things, Brother Ryan, he's not exactly asking for a trial, but just a fair investigation into the accusations. That we can do both on the ship and on the field.
Oh no, he very much said at a trial.
Is this conversation happening and anyone can join in? Or.
Yeah,
I would say it's been quiet.
Well, I would just say that Inquisitor Valerie Reed would be there, watching both cages, hands clasped, thoughtful. You intend to put my daughter on trial? On the basis of what?
Not intend to do anything.
I want to know what you heard, Ryan. You were there, and I don't trust Aegis's recording. And I trust you.
It was Calliope came to speak with me and Aegis on the matter of the events that happened on the Aravisian, specifically with the information about the late Catacomb.
Indeed. And how did this lead to accusations of heresy?
I don't know how to actually respond to that. Not so much because it's not that he can't say anything. It's just more, how could he surmise that conversation? Oh, this is fucking hard.
As it is, always. Trying to keep things hidden. What are you, the Darth Eagles?
Say again, Jacob?
Just making a joke and just like trying to keep things hidden in secret. What are you, the Dark Angels?
Oh god, I'm trying to generally think of a half truth here, or a truth. I thinking it through just without actually saying it. Ryan is thinking of saying that Calliope was speaking on the concern for her mother, and with how the wording went, just not understanding nuance, took it as a threat. He's confusing cutthroat politics for literally cutting someone's throat. Therefore, he perceived it a threat.
Okay. She smiles. Interesting. My daughter working against me then, yes? Looking to undermine me? It is okay, you can be straight with me, Brother Ryan. You are amongst friends here. At the very least, allies.
Damn you, Bob.
She's not an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm metagaming here. Please call me out if I am. I think Reed, at this stage, she knows the sort of person Aegis is. She has received those reports from Calypso as well. I think she's starting to piece stuff together, but she hasn't... I'll tell you bluntly, she hasn't clicked yet as to exactly what the nature of the disagreement was. But she's probably, out of everyone, she's probably more willing to believe Aegis than anyone else.
If I may interject,
of course.
And if George doesn't have an objection to us. George?
Yeah, speak.
With respect, Inquisitor Reed, this argument between either Aegis You or your daughter, you have openly declared that you will be stepping back.
And I
would
have the
ask-
right, Inquisitor Ambrose, to undeclare it if I...
A promotion!
Yes, indeed, and remember who gave it to you. No, Admiral Ambrose. I also have the right to re-engage if I deem it necessary, for that is something I think everybody present has forgotten, and that is we are the Inquisition. We are above and beyond reproach. Not something we often laud in the faces of others because it causes problems, but my daughter was anointed an Inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus by Cadogan. Now I am welcome to question the judgment of that decision, for I knew Cadogan and have known Calliope, as you have, Ambrose. But where do you think, to quote you, Ryan, on what authority did Aegis make this arrest? Well, on what authority? I cannot arrest my daughter now. As her mother, that is the only authority I have over her, and she has long not cared for that. She is only in that cell because she wishes to be. I think it wise we bear that in mind.
All that I know it is an inquisitorial game that I care very little for. And all that I saw in the end was that one of my cousins decided to turn his blade against someone who is not within his chain of command.
Not
For
just...
all that the
Go on.
For all that we are Inquisitors, Astartes alike, we are two very separate arms of the Emperor. Aegis did not have any authority to accuse him of to accuse Calliope of such crimes, and Calliope herself was, well,
unfortunately,
perhaps
Ryan, they are not entirely separate. The Inquisition does outweigh the Astartes. The autonomy of your secular cults exists only at the will of the Inquisition. There is an entire order, the Ordo Astartes, dedicated to the control and understanding of the Astartes chapters. You are given freedom. You are not entitled to it. Again, these are uncomfortable topics. For often it is a matter of tradition for that our institutions respect one another. Brother Ryan, if we were to speak candidly, what exactly caused the accusation of heresy? Be truthful with me. I am not above and beyond considering my daughter a heretic. You know this of me.
Ryan knows he's in a corner. There's no way out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. She's very much so.
There is literally no way out of this.
I feel like I understand your position, Inquisitor Reed. Though we will do a full investigation, and any documents of any of the accusation will be readily available in that. Once it is
And on
prepared,
what authority will the accusations and the investigation be conducted? On whose authority? Not even the Lion of Caliban has the right to pass judgment here. My apologies, Brother Ryan. Not even Wayland. That is why I believe he has excused himself. Also,
On that,
a delightful attempt to dodge my question. and her eyes turn back on Ryan. Try
On
again.
that Sorry.
Go on. No, it's by all means go on, but she's not going to let this go. You guys, you know Inquisitor Reed.
On that particular subject, and it will be a disrespectful comment, but not meant as such. The right to pass judgment on either of you. It is not inconsequential for the Lion to do so. Under the strictures and the administorum of the Imperium, strictly speaking, both you and Calliope, by extension of Cadogan, were excommunicate. You are Inquisitor, and you are honored as such, and will be kept as such. But we must accept that in the eyes of the Imperium, you are not.
For there is only one scripture that matters, Ambrose, the Lex Imperialis. And in the wake of the betrayal of Horus, the Lex held weight. In the hours after the betrayal and the falling and the beginning of the scouring, the Primarchs voted to hunt the traitors from the stars. It was the Lords of Terror who swayed that vote, shackled them to the table, and ensured the Imperium rebuilt and did not burn itself down. Humanity controls the Imperium, not the Astartes. The Primarchs, as wonderful as they are weapons. They are not judges. They are ordered, not orders. But I believe I have a solution, but I will have an answer to my question. My daughter, my responsibility.
She spoke of temperance, in concern that your zealotry will blind you. She wished to see that ultimately you'll make it out alive.
Reed thinks for a moment. Then I have a solution to our concerns. Brother Aegis is too valuable an asset to let go, and he requires watch. Release him from his cell, heal him, arm him, bear him unto the enemy. Calliope, if you can spare them, Ambrose, or if any of you can think of someone we trust, explicitly, perhaps Valadin, but I appreciate he is her uncle, we banish her away from us, where she cannot, if she is acting insidiously, and I truly hope she is as a daughter of mine. She must learn to play the game before she steps up to our level, though. Banish her. Set her amongst the stars to find her own path. If she swims, she will survive. If she does not, then it is as the Emperor has denied. I believe that would be a fair approach. We maintain our asset and watch the most dangerous accusation. Both members maintain their honor. Aegis gets his resolution of the usurper gone, and I give my daughter a chance to actually do some good for a change and be out of my shadow. What say you to this?
It is as close to a compromise as we're ever going to reach.
It is a compromise. However, my concern being that if Calliope is guilty of such accusations, she will spread chaos among the stars.
This is true. Oh, sorry, Liam, go on. I heard you breathe. Yeah, I know.
You heard me breathe. I can do that, you know, with permission.
No, you don't have permission, I'm sorry.
No one asked.
You're right there, David. You haven't spoken in ages as well.
I'm honestly like
Okay, as long as you're
mentally
right.
drained after today, but yeah, it's all good.
It's not okay as long as you're alright. Go on then.
Plus, this isn't really Sven's full tale. This political.
Sven just sniffs the fucking truth out, like.
If your daughter is innocent and Aegis is corrupted by this Omnus, we allow his survival and another accusation, and the boulder keeps on rolling. And no matter how we slice it, I must also consider that the implications are that if Calliope is innocent and her concerns with regards to you.
You don't know that.
I've just heard it from Ryan.
Nope. Ryan hasn't said that. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant like the specifics. Sorry.
No.
Yes, you've heard about overstretching the mark, but again, be very careful.
Exactly.
You're talking to an Inquisitor. You wouldn't speak to Cadigan like this.
In fairness, you and I have had that conversation with you playing as Ambrose. We have.
True. But I will say you had a good relationship with Cadigan. You're by all means continue, but I've got to keep reinforcing, you don't fuck with the Inquisition. All of this is because you're player characters. If that makes sense. But by all means do carry on.
But if your daughter is indeed innocent, and her concerns, as voiced by Ryan, are in any way tangible, it again undermines everything that we are here to achieve.
If her concerns are genuine, and I am not without my flaws, then I am surrounded by the wisdom of the Imperialis nobility, yourself, of the chaplaincy of the Dark Angels, of a Primarch of the Lord. If I am overstepping, or if her concerns are genuine and they become founded, then I know I am surrounded by good friends who will call me out. But she cannot be allowed to fester like this. It would doom us. If she is innocent, let her be cast amongst the stars and the Emperor will guide her. Let us have something that we have not had in some time, my dear Ambrose. Cadigan trusted you, and so I shall too. Let us have faith. Cast her unto the stars. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Give unto the Emperor what is the Emperor's. And let Aegis rejoin our ranks and watch him closely. Keep those loyal 26 men close at hand. That way we have accounted for everything. We have covered our bases without any loss of honor, with no struggle between the Astartes and the Inquisition, because the last thing we need right now is that dynamic being broken. And she looks at Grimsnarl. The months of shame must never be repeated. The Astartes and the Inquisition must stand together. I see no other way that we can secure that.
I am the Admiral and the Captain of the Dread Spear. This is my Imperium.
You are more careful.
However, the decision that you have posed raises, and the decision lies with salvation. With Ryan.
It really doesn't though, but go ahead.
Okay.
As in, I've got to be blunt. You're dealing with Inquisitors. Valadin outranks you all. Reed outranks you. Cadigan could have made the call. Again, Reed wants to maintain a working relationship with Salvation, so she will have made her plea. But there is an underlying current of, you guys need to remember the layers of things here. Ultimately, Aegis could not have even accused Calliope. Unfortunately, 40k is a broken system. That's one of the themes of it, you know? And, you know, even Ambrose saying, this is my ship, my crew. Yeah, but it's under inquisitorial requisition. And as much as your crew are loyal to you, if they were to turn on Reed and disobey an order from her, you would be hunted. You would be traitors. You would have no port of safety, nowhere in a storm. I'm not going to gainsay the decision that you guys make. It is your choice. I've just got to be blunt about, you guys know what 40k is.
The Inquisitor's decision seems to be the final one.
I heavily recommend it. It would save us honour. If any of you can come up with a better decision that maintains the honour of both our Astartes champion and of the Reed bloodline, but more importantly of the Inquisition, then I am more than welcome to hear it.
Let her be cast out then. The Emperor will guide her. And Aegis will be sent to where he does his duty best, into battle.
Lords Ambrose, Crimson Fist.
I believe that Aegis will atone for the transgression of accusing out of tone through his marks of battle in the name of Reed.
Lord Ambrose.
In the end, I will adhere to the principles that I uphold, and I agree with this compromise.
Very well. And you can see Reed turns away, clearly pained. I appreciate you hearing my counsel. Please decide who will chaperone Calliope into the void. It must be someone impartial.
I think we haven't noticed actually. I don't think we have actually known he's currently impartial.
I believe the Sin Feast
Actually, that's very good.
provide a valuable neutral ground.
Yeah,
I like our character.
100%. The Sin Feast are a decent shout. There's also the Grey Knights, though they're usually pretty busy. There's also
You think the Grey
Aura.
Knight's gonna let a random person in?
Well, it's not to let them in. She's going to be cast out. It's purely who makes sure she leaves the system. You know? That's all it is.
Yeah, technically it could just fall under the responsibility of basically the Order Malleus Chamber Militant. So it could just simply just be Grey Knights take her and fuck off.
Also viable.
Is there anybody that was sort of heading out of system already that we could trust?
Not really. You're in the middle of a war zone.
And just to clarify on why I was saying the things that I was, like, I mentioned to, like, Reed and that strictly speaking, that she isn't an Inquisitor anymore. She's addressed as an Inquisitor in title.
Yeah, she got pissed off at that.
Like, in the end of it, like, this is why I'm being blunt in facing it. Like, if, for example, that anyone chose no, or Ambrose was just like, you know what, I've had enough of your shit, and shot her, and made his way back to Terra, he'd face nothing more than a promotion.
That's not true. Reed has spies everywhere. You kill Reed, the campaign's over. You guys don't make it out. She has agents everywhere. Like, that's... Oh, no.
Yeah, but is all agreed.
So,
Yeah, we all.
to the Grey Knights?
Yeah, we'll have the Grey Knights take their new Malleus Inquisitor.
Yeah, well, they'll probably take her for their own interrogation, I'd imagine. But it does mean that the Grey Knights are out of system, or at least for a time they are. There is no ceremony. There is no overarching regret or moments of goodbyes. Reed watches impassively from the command bridge as Calliope is escorted to a shuttle. Aegis, you are reforged, founded again in your armor, a process that takes days. And so the next meaningful moment before we end this session, which has been a fucking tense one, comes a few days later. From the Grey Knights, George, you would receive a data packet. Little more than a burst of binaric cant. The Grey Knights, it reads, have escorted Calliope Reed out of system. They have given, after interrogating her mind for signs of heresy and found no hint of corruption, they have given her a Arvus lighter and a suborbital shuttle to make her own way in the galaxy, with 1 month's worth of rations to survive by. Before they did, however, they offered her the kindness of one final communication. 2 pieces of communication go out. One goes to Inquisitor Reed. The other reaches Ambrose and Rhine. The one that reaches Ambrose and Rhine is simply the snippet of conversation from Aegis's helmet, in which Calliope says, hang on, trying to remember. In which Calliope says, better the devil you know, control the enemy. The snippet that reaches Inquisitor Reed simply reads, well played, mother. And with that, we will call an end to the session, and have been Tattletales RPG, where the table may indeed be virtual, but you are most certainly welcome at it. Bye for now.